Ay, 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 start. He did? Oh, I gotta see that. I don't think so. I'm setting up the multi-stream right now on Twitch and YouTube, the restream. But I'm also making lunch. Got some water boiling. And then I was gonna frame some art. It's pretty normal, pretty chill fucking stream. Huh? Bum 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 bum. All right, there we go. Oh, I just got the YouTube alert for his thing. I got canceled, is what he called it. That's funny. Exactly, Drips. I'm not going to be able to see the Twitch chat when I'm away from the computer. I'm just setting up, just so you know. Just a little warning. Hi, Cottage. We're gonna frame some art today. Finally got a couple of frames. The dudes from All In podcast made something better than that. Colin? Better than what? Thank you, Cottage. Everyone say hi to Rizzo. Hi, Riz. Hi. Oh, thank you, thank you. I just kissed her eyeball a little bit. Ugh, Peter Thiel purchased it. Ugh, gross. Why the fuck are we listening to anything that Peter Thiel has his fucking fingers in? Also, I gotta fix, that's another thing I gotta do. Declare yourself. I have to fix I broke my little like phone tripod that I use most of the time. The one that sucks. I mean, does it compete with this though? What's their platform that I've never heard of? I don't think it's much of a competition if no one's ever fucking heard it. Oh, you preferred it? Okay. Double stuffed bicolor pasta with tomato and burrata. Oh, I don't know if I'm in the mood for tomato filling. Whatever. Water's boiling. Okay. Well, so what's it called? Why aren't you don't even... Do it for the cheese, yeah. Where is she? She's fine. She's fine. She's great. She's doing great. Don't you worry. wish I had pesto for this. I don't think I do. Jill Stein isn't inspiring anyone to do shit, dude. She isn't inspiring anyone to do shit. Bernie inspires himself, and he inspires a lot of people. He's not taking fucking heat from Jill Stein. 4 minutes. Bum, 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 bum. And today we're gonna wash dishes, okay? You tell me, how did it turn out? Hi guys. Andrew. Jesus. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. Hell yeah, he does. Do I have pesto? I do have pesto. Yay. It's not a very good pesto. I feel like this one's usually too lemony, but whatever. You have the divine telephone. Andrew, you're getting ornery. You must have recently, you must either be very close to finishing the score or recently finished, I feel like. Yeah, sort of, Diego. I'm making burrata and tomato tortellini and I'm putting jarred pesto sauce on it. I'm picking at my nail, which is just splintered. And then we're gonna frame some things and then I gotta fix something. I gotta come up with like a clever little way of fixing something stupid. Piece of plastic. God, you'll think it's ridiculous. Limoncello. I feel like this is done, but hasn't even reached the minimum time. Maybe not. Like these people. Oh man, you know what I've been really enjoying? A beehive violin. Oh, a limoncello instead of a violoncello. Do you guys know each other or something? What is going on here? Those are like the two different types of health insurance things, right? I just don't know. You know, I feel like lately, I don't know if it's Trader Joe's or if it's just in general. Maybe it's because I salt my water. No, because the instructions include salting your water. But I feel like when I follow the instructions for ravioli lately, they get soggy. Thank you, Achilles. Wait, Cottage, were you here when we were talking about this? Did you see that Casey Anthony's on TikTok? What do I think about it? I think it's smart. I think Zelensky is very publicly putting the ball in Russia's court. I think that's all he can do. I think he's simultaneously working with European leaders to fucking be able to rely on them. I think Zelensky needs to buy time and make a good show of being totally ready to, like, come to peace. I mean, he is. You know what I mean? It's not him. It's not... Zelensky's not the guy, like, who fucking invaded another country. He's not the guy who started a war. He's not the guy who's prolonging a war. This would all be over if Russia just fucking pulled the fuck out of another sovereign nation. Simple. So, you know, I think, yeah, he's making a good show of it by being like, sure, let's do a fucking ceasefire and let's talk about it. And he's flattering the fucking... jerk off in chief. Oh, that might get me filtered. I just realized. I feel like sometimes I use too much pesto. I always think you can never have too much pesto, but I'm usually wrong. Hi. Welcome. Too much. I feel like party, kitchen party. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have any Parmesan? This is one of those songs that gets stuck in your head real easily, isn't it? There for a little bit. I have mozzarella. I have pre-shredded mozzarella. Like a fucking loser. Let the record show, I do not buy pre-shredded cheese. I shred my own cheese. But sometimes my man buys me pre-shredded cheese. I have not yet successfully converted him to the gospel of the shred your own cheese. You guys should shred your own cheese. I actually just ordered a new shredder. I got the TikTok shop one. I fucking love the TikTok shop. I always thought I'd be above, you know, what's that, like, HGTV type thing? Like the infomercial shit. I'm so not. I am exactly at that level. I'm not above anything. When you can afford. See, in my experience, it's usually more expensive to buy it shredded. And the shredding, because it's like, because when you shred cheese, they like, because you want to avoid it melting and stuff and clumping together, they throw in like, what is it? It's basically wood pulp. It's basically cardboard. What's the fuck? Cellulose. You know what I mean? It's not literal cardboard. Don't at me. I'm not one of those weirdos that like doesn't understand what things are. But it's basically cardboard. And so they did some tests a few years ago of like shredded cheese brands, and like it turned out the percentage in some of the brands of like what was actual cheese versus just like filler was like not good. It's literally sawdust. I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is. That's literally what sawdust is. It's cellulose. It's like dried out plant cells. You know what I mean? That collect moisture from the air, and they keep other things around them dry. That's like why when someone like vomits, you use sawdust to clean it up. It's like it's the same thing. It's just very, very fine, whatever. Yeah, it's dried plant cells. And because plant cells are very good at like, you know, water, humidity. So that is basically sawdust. It's basically fucking sawdust. Is it craft products? Yeah. So, well, yeah, but so I learned that, and I was like, well, you know, it's cheaper to get your own grated cheese anyway, and it always tastes better, and the texture's better, and it's better at melting because of all that fucking cellulose. Like, because pre-grated cheese and stuff is done in a way so that it won't melt and it won't clump together and stuff until you want it to, like, just like cheese that you grate yourself is gonna melt better just naturally in most cases. Don't at me. So yeah, I very much subscribe to the school of grate your own fucking cheese. It's so much better. Anyway, I got myself one of those TikTok shop fucking graters. Big fan. I mean, I haven't tested the TikTok shop grater yet. I've used too much pesto. I knew I fucking would. I knew I would. And I always forget this is the lemony pesto, and it's really easy to go overboard with it. And I fucking love pesto, but I'm starting to turn into that girl, Susie, who, you know, call me crazy, but I just don't like store-bought pesto. I fucking love pesto, but I'm starting to get to that point. See, that's what I always say. No such thing as too much pesto. It's my favorite fucking type of sauce. But in recent years, I'm starting to have to admit to myself that actually there is such a thing as too much pesto. Too much store-bought pesto. Because a lot of them just, because of the like preservatives and stuff, they like, I think they really, really go really hard on the like lemon / whatchamacallit, citric acid. Yeah, this has citric acid. Yeah, no, that's not really the issue. It's more like, I don't know. Not very pretty, but exactly. The balance do be different. Mm-hmm. What's my take on boomers with 401k? You mean just like old people with retirement accounts? I think it's good to plan for retirement. What do you mean? Did something happen? Oh, decimated? Oh, from the stock thing? I mean, didn't it close out? Basically, so far what it's wiped out is the gains since Election Day, is, if I'm not mistaken. That was the last headline I read. It wiped out, I don't know if it was a headline, just like, Yeah. So, I mean, it's not decimated, right? They're basically in the exact same spot they were when Trump won. I do think it's bad. I think a lot of fucking people are about to age into a system that is about to not have anything for them in retirement, and their own retirement funds are going to be fucking kablooey. I don't think it's good. Part of me, I'm starting to just like accept that part of me is going to be like, you know, fucking what? The people who voted for this deserve it. I keep trying to be more empathetic and go back to being like, no, but this is wrong, even for people who did this to themselves. I think I'm accepting that, like, you know, fucking what? They're fucking Nazis. I don't have to give a shit about them. For them, you know what? Couldn't have happened to better people. Couldn't have happened to better people. Everyone else that they're dragging down with them, this fucking sucks. You know what I mean? My parents are retirement age. I'm talking about, I mean, my dad would never get U.S. anything. You know what I mean? He has a pension from Spain, basically. Small, but like, part of my like escape plan in Spain, where I'm like trying to find a cheap fucking place to like buy, part of that plan is to have a place for my dad to, like, as he said, die in peace. I want to set him up in a place where he can just fucking, because, you know, I've said this before probably, but hi, Ghost. Yeah, exactly, Moo. Creeping into last year's game too. Yeah. People are out on the streets, user. People are protesting and stuff. Well, I'm born and raised in Spain, so it's my home, but it's also, I'm getting really anxious about this country. I'll never be able to afford a place. I mean, I can't afford a place in Spain right now either, but I'm saving up for it. I'm working towards it. Hopefully, we'll fucking see. But I'm like eyeing needing an escape route. I am staying here for now, but it's like backup plan / my dad is in his 70s and he's basically couch surfing. And I want that man to stop fucking couch surfing. And he has nothing. He has no money. So he's not going to find a place for himself. You know what I mean? So I have to save up to get a place that he can stay in for the last, you know, decade or two of his life. And also it would be nice to have like a home base I could escape to. And not just like, oh, escape the US, whatever. Like, it would be nice to have a place outside of the US where it's like, you know, like I haven't worked on set in a couple of months. I could so easily have just spent the last couple of months in Spain, you know? I don't know. Farmland in Costa Rica. Sounds good. And export coconut. Yeah. But Spain, like, you know, I got a passport. I don't need a visa or anything like that. My dad is couch surfing because he lost all his money at some point. He was at one point one of the wealthiest people in Spain, and now he's one of the poorest. But that's life, you know? He grew up dirt poor too, so. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm waiting. I mean, I'm waiting for, I don't know. I keep looking at houses every night, or almost every night. I just look at you know, places in Spain. I kind of want to get a place that's like within the Madrid area, like a reasonable public transpo ride. The problem is cars are more expensive in Spain than they are in the US, for example. My dad's also old. I can't remember the last time he drove. I don't know if he's driven in years, you know. I don't have driver's lessons, obviously. So it's always good to get a place that at the very least has some sort of like public transpo to get you to like the main whatever. Are the mortgages there as expensive as in the, like the mortgage rates? I mean, I think it depends, right? Like just like the US mortgage, like rates, borrowing rates, interest rates, that's the word I'm looking for, go up and down as the world economy and the country's economy like shift and stuff. So it's not like they're always higher or they're always lower. I actually don't even know what they are right now. Thank you, Roger. Thanks for the shiny, darny. But yeah, it's not like, I don't know. I can't like drop all my money on a fucking place in one go because that money is a nest egg and it's part of how I fucking stay afloat. You know what I mean? Burrata and tomato ravioli with pesto sauce. I'm getting a real ick from fucking store-bought pesto. Is store-bought pesto really done for me? Am I really done with it? I have not been enjoying it lately. That sounds so bougie, I just can't. I'm just like, I fucking love pesto, and store-bought pesto is ruining pesto for me. Me too. Easy. Oh, you did? Well, now it's back in the App Store, so. Tiger, have you been harassing people in the Discord? What's going on? What happened? Oh, okay. What happened to Echo? Echo Bucket. Sort of, Francisco. I mean, I have extended family right there now, and my dad is sort of there. I was just explaining, I want to find a cheap place I can buy so that my dad has a place in Spain. But I'm not rich enough for that yet. Yet. Tenerife is not particularly cheap. Yeah, where are you, Francisco? I've been saying the same thing, Tiger. Don't say you told me so. I know. I told you so, too. I'm not at the place where, like, I'm leaving. I just want... So I've felt very... Yeah. I have felt very unsettled, right? Ever since moving to the U.S. Because while I was in college, that's when, like, my family lost my fucking home growing up. Long fucking story. But, Jesus fucking Christ. Spain does have universal healthcare, and it's fucking awesome. It's one of the best in the world, actually. So, basically, like, most kids when they go to university, I think, like, their parents, like, still have, like, a house, you know what I mean, like, their childhood home, and maybe, obviously, sometimes parents will leave a childhood home, but there's still, like, a home that the parents, like, have, at least for a while, and, like, my parents, and my childhood home, basically ceased to be while, like, shortly after moving to the U.S. and stuff, and going for college, and there was, like, other stuff going on with the family and whatnot. And, and eventually, like, my mom moved to Pittsburgh, and she has a house there, but I love Pittsburgh. I told her to move to Pittsburgh when she was like, I want to start over, you know, I want to start my life over, whatever. I told her to move to Pittsburgh and love Pittsburgh, but, like, that's never been my home. And my dad doesn't have a place. My dad is, been kind of like a nomad ever since through different, in different ways. And he, like, was living in Colombia for a while. And, but yeah, whenever he's in Spain, he's basically, like, couch surfing. So I felt very, like, unsettled for a very long time. Like, I didn't have, like, roots put anywhere until I found my my previous apartment here in the city, in this building. And it was, like, the first place where I was like, oh my God, this is home. And when I moved in, I've said this before, but when I moved in, I was like, I'm gonna live here until, like, I buy a place or, like, I get married, basically. And then all this stuff during the pandemic happened and whatnot. But anyway, long story short, like, yes, this apartment is my home and stuff, but it doesn't feel, I mostly am now, I'm here and I'm in this and I'm not going to let go of it, mainly because, like, economically it makes sense to not let this place go ever, because I'm locked into a certain rate and certain benefits and stuff. But otherwise, like, I don't feel like I'm tethered to anything or place that like feels like home. But anytime I go back home to Madrid, I mean, I still refer to it as home. I haven't lived there in 15 years. But every time I go back to Madrid, it feels like home. And the problem is, like, I would go back to Madrid so much more if my parents still had a house there. You know what I mean? If my family home was still there, I would be able to go anytime I want. Obviously flights are expensive, but it wouldn't be this whole fucking hullabaloo of, like, oh, I gotta find a place to crash. I have friends I can ask, but, like, you don't want to, like, overstay your welcome. You don't want to, like, and part of me, I've always, not always, but, like, for years now, I've, like, had this idea of, like, I would love to have this fucking, like, home base, some way of being tied to Spain again, where if I want to go, it's not a question. You know what I mean? And, like, and so also, so my dad has a place. My parent is not bipolar. Yeah, exactly. I mean, my parents aren't technically diplomats, but it is, yeah, I'm like, it's a third culture kid thing, right? It's like, that's the problem with having like a multinational family. It does happen to a lot of army brats and diplomats' kids, you're right. Which I went to school with. I went to school with a lot of diplomats and like army brats and stuff. And I think that's part of it too, right? Like, whenever, I know it's like dorky because I'm like in my 30s and like who the fuck still visits their high school, but whenever I'm in Madrid, I stop by my school. You know what I mean? There's still like a couple of teachers that were my teachers, but I stopped by there because it's like, it's not just being home in Madrid, but it's being around a community of like third culture kids, as they say. Like, it's this like, the reason there's a name for it is because it's not just like, oh, you have a mix of this culture and that culture. Like there's like this shared set of experiences that comes from growing up in a multicultural family that is unto itself, that itself is kind of like a third culture. It's, or, you know, whatever, millionth culture, but it's like its own separate culture that comes from growing up among multiple cultures. And there's like a sense of being home around that too, you know? Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Eleanor. Oh, no, I don't think you did tell me that. That's cool. Born in China, middle school in Italy, and high school in Qatar. So you get it. See, that's why we're friends now. Yeah. Yeah. You get it. What school did you go to in Italy, by the way? Well, where in Italy were you? Damn. Born in Japan, middle school in Ohio, high school in Canada. So you get it. Welcome. And Cottage is an American expat living in the UK. Rizzo wants to go outside, so. Rome? Did you go to the American School of Rome? By any chance? I don't know. I think that's what it was called. I actually don't know. I actually don't know if that's what it was called. You went to middle school in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. I cut it over my sink on Sunday. Thank you, Eleanor. Can't you tell? You lovely island of tropical breezes. Always the hurricanes blowing. We gotta frame this art afterwards, okay? And I'm gonna need your help because we got IKEA frames which have like mats of a standard size, which don't quite match the art, but also the art doesn't match any fucking standard frame size either. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you, Eleanor. By the way, the State of the Union, I mean, it's not technically a State of the Union. The address is tonight. Should we watch it? Should we fact check it? I think we are gonna. Should we watch it or should we like... The curl, thank you. Sort of, yes and yeah. Yes. Always the hurricanes blowing. Oh, I have to wash my pizza thing. I can't forget. Always the money going and the money owing and the bullet flying. Manhattan, smoke on your pipe. Oh, you know what? Oh. Wow, that was kismet. I just found these in my back pocket. What I was saying when I said, oh, you know what I was thinking was, I haven't seen my computer, my normal like aux, these guys, headphones in a minute. And I was like, shit, when I do like a live tonight, because I'm going to do like the proper setup, I was like, I'm not going to be able to fucking do it. And literally as I was saying, like, oh, you know what? I put my hand on my butt for some reason. Probably just a comfort thing. And I felt this in the pocket. Someone's smiling down at me. They're smiling up at me. Kismet means fate, basically. Just another word for fate. There's a musical by the name of Kismet from like a gazillion years ago. That's how I learned what Kismet was. I think there's a musical by the name of it. Either that or there's a place called Kismet in the musical, but also it's like used in this song as like being about fate. Can someone fact check that, actually? Yeah. I mean, didn't he already move to drop sanctions? Or maybe not. Maybe I just read he's expected to drop sanctions. I can't fucking believe you knuckleheads. Not you, but, you know. Put a literal fucking Russian asset in power. I cannot fucking believe it. This is ridiculous. You know what's fucking funny? Okay, so you know how I said that I basically cut off a friend finally? Like, long time coming, because he's kind of not a great friend. Hey. And I was like, rough, you know, because we were close friends, even though he wasn't a very good one. Reese, stop. So, years ago, like, over the course of all these years of us, like, talking politics off and on and whatnot, and him slowly but surely, like, coming over to the light side, it was with him where I started saying this thing that I was like, and I just remember because he was like he really hated me saying this, but I was like, bro, like, the Cold War never ended, number one, and number two, we're fucking losing the Cold War right now. This was like 10 years ago. 8 years, it was like 8 years ago, probably, like 2015 time. It was 2015. 10 years ago. Jesus. And I was like, we're fucking losing the Cold War. Or the Cold War never ended, and we're losing it. And the problem is that Americans don't fucking realize it. And that really pissed him off. That really upset him. And part of me wants to call him up and be like, hey, do you remember that time I fucking said this to you? What now? But obviously I'm not going to do that because I blocked him. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's got to. We're going outside. Oh, I gotta set the background. Oh, also, you know what's interesting? No, because no. Because I'm withdrawing my attention and my energy fully. But you know what's interesting? I got while I was helping out with that musical. Oh shit, which reminds me, I got invoice for the thing I just did. Invoice for the... Oh, sorry, my connection might drop for a second because I'm going down the stairs. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so while I was doing the like musical thing, I heard from a friend who she's a mutual friend with this guy that I like cut off finally. And she and I have like an interesting relationship also. I mean, she lives over in LA, I think, still, whatever. But she and I have had similar friendships with this guy and like another mutual friend that we've both like cut off since then. She was closer to the other mutual friend and I was closer to this one. There's like, you know, big history. She and I have never been like besties, but every once in a while we reach out to each other and like I vibe with her. I like adore her. She's such a good person. And so, but she reached out and she's like, yo, just curious, do you still talk to so-and-so? And I was like, no, I am not. Jeep. And you missed some tea, yeah, Ross. She reached out and she's like, are you still talking to this guy, to this friend of ours? This is, Ross, I think you were in here when I was talking about I cut off a very long-term friend. And it was kind of like, it was like a big, it was like a big step, big thing, big person to block. But so like a week or two, I guess 2 weeks, I don't know how long it was ago. I can't tell time anymore. But a week or two later, I got a text out of the blue from this woman who like I'm friends with, but we speak once every few months, sometimes once every few years, you know? And she's like, hey, do you still talk to so-and-so? And I was like, girl, like, I finally fucking blocked him. And she was like, oh shit. She's like, you put up with a lot. And I was like, I know. She was like, what was it? You know? Cause she was like, cause he's been hitting me up lately. And like, I don't really know how to like deal with it. And I'm just curious if you're still talking to him. Cause I don't know like if I really want to be like responding. And yeah, I was just like, I kind of told her what happened. And she was like, yeah, fuck that shit. Like, I feel you 100%, fully agree with your decision. What a fucking narcissistic baby. And like, yeah, we just like kind of commiserated over it. But she told me, she was like, yeah, he's been hitting me up and like rambling about this and rambling about that and da-da-da. And like, and she sent me like a screenshot at one point where he had been telling her about some whatever business endeavor he was, you know, da-da-da. And she was like, wow, like happy that you found your happiness or whatever doing that, or glad that you found something that's keeping you like fulfilled or whatever. And his response was like, that's what you took from that? And she was like, what the fuck am I supposed, like, you know what I mean? It's, he's crashing out. He's crashing the fuck out. I don't know. He's crashing out. I was going to say something else. Do I remember which stream I talked to? No, it was a couple weeks ago. It was a couple weeks ago because I was like, I came on either later that night or like the next day or something, and I was like, I just blocked someone. And I don't block. I was talking about how I don't block people just in general. I'm a big believer in like letting people come back to you and like mending fences if that's what they want to do. And this was someone that I've put up with a lot of bullshit from over the years. The person I've put up with the most bullshit from in my entire fucking life. And very toxic person and relationship. But, you know, even knowing that, I was always like, always have like hope that, you know, whatever. No, I'm not by the subway. I'm by the street. I'm walking my dog. Come on, Rice. And blocking is hard. Yeah, exactly. When you know them are. And I blocked him like on my phone, on my iPhone. It wasn't like blocking online or whatever. But like I said then, like technically he would, you know, be able to reach out. He can email me. I don't have him blocked on email. Or, you know, he could change his fucking, or use a different phone number. So it's not impossible for him to reach out to me if he ever decides to make a change, but yeah. But I'm trying to, there's like one other thing I was going to share about that interaction with her. Oh yeah, part of it was like, I told her, like, you know, part of me is like worried because like I was pretty sure like he was drunk during that whole conversation and like just not in a good place, you know what I mean? And we talked about, because she said something about like, oh, I think he was drunk, da-da-da, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I thought, this, you know, and part of me is worried because part of me is like, oh, what if the reason he said those things to me is because he's being like self-destructive, you know? And like, what if he was, you know, I'm sure you guys all know when people get self-destructive, they'll lash out to get people upset with them, to like cut them off, just in this like, yeah, in this self-destructive kind of way. We're talking about T, Lou. Just a friend I had to cut off recently. It's a boring story. I'm just rambling. I'm walking my dog. I can't. And I was like worrying, like, oh, what if I like cut him off at one of these moments where what he actually needs is like help, you know? But the fact that he just like immediately started reaching out to her, like following, you know, because we have, like I said, we kind of like have a similar relationship. Like we all met at the same time on the same film shoot, and she like, so she knows his bullshit. The fact that he started like using her as a receptacle of the bullshit that I was a receptacle for like the last few months made me go like, oh, okay, he's fine. Because what he needs is not a specific person. He doesn't like need me specifically. He doesn't need her specifically. Like, he just needs anyone to like listen to his bullshit for a while. And he's always been very good at finding people to do that. You know what I mean? He's a very smooth talker. He's one of these people that's like, he's fun. He's a fun personality. So he's like fun to talk to. And that's why people are always like, you know, he can always get people to listen to his bullshit. So part of me was like, all right, I think it's fine. All he needs is just someone to listen to his bullshit, and he will never have a shortage of that. You know? Carlos. Sorry, I'm boring you. I know I'm rambling. I might need caffeine or something. I feel like I'm not very focused right now. Yeah, I mean, I told you guys about the like cutoff. This is more just like interesting update. He's fine. He didn't skip a beat. Anyway, so that's the update on that stuff. You want to know what you're going to do to start a revolution? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have particularly high hopes to tell you. To tell you the truth. A plant-based renaissance? Say you want a revolution, well, you know. And when you talk about everything be what did I do with my light? You guys remember where I got rid of my light? Yeah, in terms of what? Like the tariffs? Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what tariffs are? Yeah, okay. Well, so, I mean, that's what's going on. Trump imposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And Canada and Mexico were like, all right, we're going to impose tariffs right back. Good fucking luck. And then the guy from the premier from Ontario said he's cutting off power to the U.S., which is going to affect people like me because I'm in New York City. And, like, we're one of the largest importers of Canadian energy. So, yeah, it has been, Nas. Okay. So I have these. I have this and I have like a bigger one of these. They're not really my art style, but they were given to me by a neighbor who wanted me to have them. He's a painter. Former neighbor. So no, I didn't paint it. I think it's a little bit of both. These are carrot stick, you know what I mean? Other countries are not taking advantage of the U.S. poet. That's the dumbest thing ever. He's not standing up for the U.S. at all. If you think this is gonna fucking benefit you, you're sorely fucking mistaken. / a bot. Okay, So here's the thing, right? This thing is here. I got a slightly big frame for it. I mean, the height is exactly what it is. The mat, though, is small. I don't fucking know. He painted these in, oh wait, you can't see that. These are weird sizes. See what I mean? It's a weird fucking size. I don't have black construction paper. Well, this comes with this mat. I got it with the mat. Because like it says, like maybe the mat can fucking help, but I don't understand. I get the most random alerts of like, we have detected inactivity in your live, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Is that supposed to be inactivity of me or inactivity of the chat or what? Of the gifts, of the likes, of the... That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that doesn't make sense because I'm moving around a lot on screen and I'm saying things and stuff, so. No, I understand that, but my point is, Tiger, I'm doing stuff on screen. So when it says we've detected inactivity on your live, it doesn't really make sense. Like if it was just a random thing that happens like whenever, that was just like, we're just checking periodically, I would understand. But specifically it says we've detected inactivity in your live. So I'm saying it doesn't make sense because it doesn't match my actual inactivity. Like sometimes I'll be sitting still for a while, and that I would understand. If it thinks it's, you know, because I'm in the same position for a while, fine. But if I'm doing stuff, oh, cool. I painted this like 10 years ago. Damn. It's like just slightly too tall for this. Let's see. Oh no. Do we like that it's like cut off? I don't know. Is that bad? Is that rude for the art? I go through phases. What should I do? I feel like actually I can slide this in. I could trim the border. You mean the mat or the border of the painting? I'm gonna slide it over a little bit. Yeah, I can trim it a little bit. But do we want it? I don't know. I actually don't mind it being cut off a little bit. I just wish that his signature wasn't cut off, you know? I do think I need to cut off the top a little bit to fit it in here. We are in the bad place. Clean look. Okay. I wish I remembered his name. Oh. Carl Barnett. That's what it is. You see? I'm going to cut the top off just a little bit. Just a little bit. God. Honestly, I think it's, if anything, it's more likely to go the way of fucking Russia. You know what I mean? It's an autocratic fucking regime. Everyone knows that. But everyone pretends like it kind of isn't. And it just... But of course, people's rights are stripped away because of bigotry, and political prisoners are... or political enemies are imprisoned, journalists are imprisoned, but it's not like, I think that's more likely the way to go. It's gonna go, personally. I mean, J.D. Vance, this is all for J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel. Let's not fool ourselves. It's not like once Trump is gone. I think J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel are kind of the bigger risks. They're just like using the Trump cult, like personality cult. Oh, whoops. That, should I push it up a little bit? Should I pull it up a little bit? Like that? Or down? I think up. I think up. Just gonna make sure there's no dog hairs or anything like that. I know, you're not really supposed to do it like this, but also I don't fucking know how you're supposed to do it. Also, who cares? Fuck off. Don't ask me. There's for sure gonna be like dog hair stuck in here. There always is. Oh, that's not gonna stick. You're not sticking. Why aren't you sticking? See if that does it. Hi. Oh my Lord. dude. That's not gonna keep it up at all. The fuck? All right. Not too bad. I'm framing up some art that was gifted to me a few years ago by a neighbor. I think I like it more now that it's framed, to be honest. It's never really been super my jam, but I really love art when it's gifted to me. I think it's the most meaningful thing you can really do for someone. I like it a lot more now, to tell you the truth. No! There's a little fleck of dust in there. Fuck, I knew it. No! Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna get that out. I'm gonna get that out. Thank you. Fleck of dust, yeah, right? I'm also doing this on the floor and I haven't vacuumed in a week. It's fucking stupid. But you know what? Let's see. No! Ay, 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 ay. Thank you. Microfiber cloth. Yeah, I might have to do that. I just feel like part of me is like, the best course of action is just going to be to keep it as exposed to the elements as little as possible. Because I'm in an inherently dusty fucking apartment with dog hair everywhere. Motherfucker. And that's not gonna stay. Hola. Hi, lettuce. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Oy. I think we got it. Dang. Okay, now I gotta write on here. Because I want to know. Does anyone remember what date it said on it? I'll have to look at the recording. It was something in 2015. I want a super sharp pencil. Where the hell are all my pencils? Yeah, I'm gonna watch my recording. Yeah, but it's too bad because then I can't hang this up until I get it. But Carl Barnett, 2015. I'm writing gifted during COVID about time and memory. All right. There we go. Now, the big one. I like it a lot more now that it's framed. I like it a lot more. I've never been a fan of these. That's worse, but not that I'm not a fan of them. They're just not my style. They don't really go with any of my stuff. I'm a fan of them, and I'm a fan of their meaning. And I'm a fan of the significance of, you know, receiving these from my neighbor, but they're just not my style. But I really like it a lot more now that it's, you know, now that it's framed. So this one was hanging kind of up there, right there. It was hanging like, I had these, you know, it was hanging like loose. So I'll probably put that back there. And then the big one I've never hung up, but I might use it to replace the, like, I don't know what this is called. It was a gift from my sister. That thing, which I should put somewhere because it has some sort of significance. I forget. She got it in Nepal. Okay, so here's the big one, and once again, it's like a weird size, so I have to like figure out how to position it with the mat. This one's gonna be hard to get, you know, dust on. This is gonna be impossible. Can someone let me know what time is it actually? 6:30. Okay. Thank you. State of the Union's at 9, I think. Eastern. AOC is not attending, which I love. What are these for, I wonder? Oh, I see. Before I do this, should not be doing that above that. Oh. really am a terrible person. So, with this, where should I place this? Here. Yeah, I think so. You know what? I'm gonna tape it to the mat. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. There's so much hair. So much dog hair. Yeah. This one fits. Okay. Oh, you know what? And I can get his signature on this one. The fuck is the masking tape? Not being dramatic. No, I'm not painting, I'm framing paintings that were gifted to me. getting fingerprints all over it. Come on. See how we did. Any hairs, any dust? No. I think we nailed it. Did we nail it? Ah, one. One big one. Is it in there? Oh no. Find out. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, the only issue is it's like a little bit wavy on the edges. You see that? Unless maybe I feel like that's really obvious. Damn it. Am I an artist? I mean, this is not my... Yeah, I missed a couple of these. But I just didn't want to do all of them without double, triple checking. Because then I gotta undo them all. These are not my paintings. I guess you could say I'm an artist. I mean, I work in film. And I dabble in I'm not a professional like painter or anything like that, but every once in a while I'm a hobby hopper, so. lot of hair on the back, but that's okay. Thank you, Jennifer. For a second, I thought you were referring to like this hair, the hair I'm trying to get out of it here. And I was like, thanks. Yes, there is a lot of hair here. I don't even care that there's like hair in the tape on this. No. The problem is I like have no leeway there. You know what I mean? Because I moved it over to the side for the position. Nope. Hope there not be any hairs in there now. Take over the world. Nope. Why are you still fucking wavy? Why are you still so wavy? What even is the point of you? Dude. It's still wavy. You see that? That's gonna drive me crazy. Did you hear that Iowa wants to make the COVID vaccine illegal? They want to make it a crime to administer a COVID fucking vaccine. The mRNA ones. It's like, So not just, it wouldn't just affect COVID. It's like, oh, okay, any future fucking advancements in medicine with Myrna vaccines, you want to make it illegal for your fucking residents to benefit from the miracles of modern medicine. Cool. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. Some cultic ritual. I don't think so. I mean, not unless like a full-on war breaks out. To be honest. I mean, if Trump tries to fucking invade Canada, then yeah, probably. It's a little better. Still wavy. All right. And now there's hair in there too. Fucker. You're kidding me. It's just a fucking scratch. No more futzing, no more futzing. I'm just accepting this. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Wait, you got a whole plan going? What? Looks so fucking ugly. Look at that. This is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And there's a fleck of dust there. Dark and obvious. And there's another one there. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I don't even fucking care anymore. Yeah, I was thinking briefly. I might do that. But I don't have cardboard right now. Ugh, so unprofessional. Worst. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. So wavy. But I made Philippe save some big cardboard pieces, so I'm gonna make him. Get some cardboard for him. I'm gonna have to do that another day. Maybe. But more likely I'll just fucking say I'm gonna do it another day and then just let it sit there for years and do nothing. This one turned out nice. So this one I think is gonna go up there. That's where it used to be. Obviously not framed though. Up there. I know it's a little annoying that the frame is not, that that's a white frame and this is like this, but I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine, right? I have this other poster, but I wanted to paint the frame. It's under everything. But it's a Sleep No More poster. I wanted to paint the frame like off-white. I have the spray paint here. That's gonna be a project for another day. Once it like warms up a little bit, I'm gonna spray paint a black frame like this. And maybe the dark green frame looks black from here as well. And maybe that white one too, because that's like a white. So maybe I'll do it like off-white. It's like a slightly off-white. This one looks really nice. I'm really happy with this one. What time is it? Should I hang it up now? I don't know if I want to hang it up now or if I want to wait till that one's like ready, you know, so that I can hang them relative to each other. Because I don't know. Maybe I'll put them over there or something. I need another thing here. Alright, what time is it? 7:10. Okay. Women's Herstory Month. Emily joined through the invite you shared. Did I share this? Did I share this link without realizing it? What part of the family history user? I mean, I feel like His family history is pretty well known. His parents were my grandparents were Nazis. And then his parents loved apartheid. Apartheid. I need tea. Maybe I'll put these in there. Oh, God. That might be a different stream. Especially Adrian Brody. Why Adrian Brody? Why? Yeah. He did do a Woody Allen move. Creep. Have you seen the interview that his dad gave a while back? Fucking creepy. Is that Kamala on the wall? No. Where? I mean, I don't have Kamala on my wall anywhere, so no. Oh. It's a mask. It's like a mask that's a face. I gotta hang those up too. I got a few of those. They're like Urs Fisher masks. I also like a washout. What's a washout? I kind of want to change this up, but I also really like those frames, like the empty frame thing. So I'd have to find what to do with them. Unfortunately, I don't think it makes sense to put them on the brick wall back there because I have to drill into the brick and it's a fucking nightmare. Wash out rain and winds. Oh, where? At the very least, I want to like move it up. You know what I mean? Because I put them there with a previous bed that was shorter. So there was like more of a space between the top of the headboard and those things, and I feel like it could do with being moved up a little bit. Also, I need to like repaint this whole fucking place and spackle some. It is a big job. Moving this too. Just put it there. That's not a good place for it, but I'm gonna give this to Philippe because it's a projector screen, and I don't have my projector anymore, but he's getting a projector, and I can like scooch that back a little bit. It was alright. I don't know if I feel like I could have gone a little shorter on the layers up here because I'm not sure that I cut all of the like shorter layer. You know what I mean? I can't tell if I really cut the top bits enough for them to be like fully healthy now. I do like those flowers there though. I'm gonna figure out what to do with those fucking flowers. So I'm gonna do, I think we're gonna live stream, or gonna listen to the State of the Union. Technically, I know it's whatever, I'm just gonna call it State of the Union. Tonight from my laptop. That starts at 9 Eastern Standard Time. But I'll probably be on a little earlier, like 8 p.m. I didn't really do like lunch, but I had ravioli earlier today. Paint it bright red. Wait, paint what bright red? The frames? I don't know. Okay. So it's 7:20 something right now. High Clockwork Orange. I'm gonna be back on in like an hour. So I think I'm gonna hop off for now. Just chill, you know, for an hour. See if I missed anything on the news in the meantime. Sound good? I'll be back around like 8:30ish. We'll do the whole State of the Union bullshit thing. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for helping me with the art stuff. They do look nice, except for the wavy thing. Now we gotta figure out where to put them. I don't know. I just don't know where I'm gonna put them. You know. Anyway, okay. I'll see you guys in a bit.